Hello! Welcome to episode 52 of We Have Issues. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And every week, Stevie Wildcard and I get together and we do our best to just create a problem pinata and beat the crap out of it and to get something done and be productive. Watch out that delicious comic book candy just fall on our laps and we just gobble it up and hope the rest of you gobble it up as well, which probably sounds dirtier than I'm intending. But most recently, the delicious comic booky candy that we've been creating has been a semi-autobiographical time travel graphic novel musical. And dude, we have just sent it off for test prints. We are done with it, pretty much. I mean, we have... It feels amazing, Steven. How do you feel?
Dude, it's incredible to be done with it. The music isn't even daunting because like I said before with like the Lost Boys and all that, like some songs just end up coming together pretty quick. I'm not like too nervous. I felt like the art push from us was going to be the comic itself. Mm-hmm. So the music is just kind of like a fun, not afterthought, but it really was just like an add-on to it. So we get to just basically have fun with it and do these like musical tracks that are just going to complement the art we already did. So
yeah, so for those of you keeping track, I asked Steven how he feels about accomplishing something, and his immediate thought was to worry about the thing that we haven't done yet.
That's me, bruh.
I know, dude.
That's what I do.
That's what, like,
I'm late.
I mean, that's why I show up everywhere early, because I'm just like, I'm a panicker. I worry about everything. I don't want to have to worry about parking ever. I'm already thinking about how I'm gonna leave and if traffic's gonna be bad.
Dude, like, I'm pretty sure Coheed show like starts at like 8, and we'll probably get to Jacksonville about 1, like 1 or 2. And just be like, well,
so we're here. Let's go around town and see if we can find Claudio. I hear he likes waffles. Let's go find waffles. But no, dude. But I'm the same way. Like we finished lettering, coloring, everything. We arranged all of the pages the way that they're hopefully going to be read in the book. Sent it off to the printer, and dude, like, I immediately was like, I have songs to write. Like, I didn't celebrate. I didn't go get drinks. I wasn't like I didn't do anything to celebrate. I should. I feel like, and I was going to talk about that a little because I was like, I feel like we should celebrate our small victories more. But we're both the same way, where we're just like these little like productive machines, and it's just like I gotta get something done, or I feel like a piece of garbage, And it's like that's not always the best, healthiest way. It is just kind of like the gas that fills this tank, though. Like I don't know what I'm like. If I'm not doing that, I feel like I'm doing nothing, and it's just like stagnation, and eventually it feels comfortable. And then I'm like, oh, I guess I do nothing now. This is what I do. This is my life.
This is just how I live. And also what sucks about that anxiety and that feeling is that like there's never really no satisfaction. You can't get no satisfaction because like you're so anxious to get to the next thing.
Yeah.
But you're so anxious to get to the next thing. But then when you're doing the next thing, you're so anxious to be done with it. So like whenever like my like social anxiety would kick in, like I'm like, all right, we need to go to that. We need to go to the bar now and get and then when you're at the bar, it's like I need to go home. I just want to go home. I just want to relax. Like like it's like you keep setting these different like goalposts and you just never stop. So
yeah, what was that? There's a quote. Most people pursue pleasure with such breathless haste that they hurry past it. Like that's pretty much what we're doing. It's like I want to be excited. I want to be happy. I'm gonna do it, and we're just like running past. Like no. Like this is pretty great. Like right. Like like for everyone who's been listening and watching us, thank you, because guess what? This is our 1-year anniversary episode. We have been doing this. Not that we're doing anything special, but it's just great that we've been doing this for 1 whole freaking year, Steven. Like. First of all, together as a team, haven't missed a week. Like one of us has always held down the fort and found a way to make this happen. So we've been doing this 52 weeks. That's a full year. What better way? What better time to just be like, hey, we made it around the sun, and now we have a book to show for it, and like it's super exciting. So we sent off for test prints, dude. I'm just like I'm beside myself. Like it's been a freaking year. It's been brilliant. Like I don't know. I feel like we've done great. Like I was looking at our podcast like subscription numbers and listening like views and stuff, and I was just like, it's so much better than we could have hoped for. I just like because it was just this thing just started as us talking on Facebook. Like me, like I was looking at all my Facebook memories, and it was like a year ago. I was literally just throwing podcast ideas into the ether, just like someone tell me this is a good idea and I will just run with it. Like I will do it. I don't care. Like if anyone says they will listen, I will start doing one of these things, whatever it is. I don't even care which one. I was just like juggling podcasts, and one of those was called I Have Issues, and I was like, I might do this by myself, and no one cared. And then I was like, Steven, I want to do stuff, and you were like, we should do it. And you were like, we should do a podcast, because we were saying like funny, we were just like talking and being us and stuff, and you were like, we should have a podcast. I was like, so I was thinking about this thing called I Have Issues, but instead it would be so much better if it was We Have Issues. And it was just like, and you were like, yeah, that could be cool. And then I was like, I did the thing I do where I was like, okay, so what's happening?
All right, Steven, I'm going to have to drag you into this.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it sounds like you just completely consented to being a part of this podcast. I'm going to make sure that you're saying yes, and we're just going to keep doing it, and we got this. And like, dude, it was like 2 sentences where it was just me going, so I have this idea. It's a record player, and this happens, and you're like, yeah, I like that. And then literally the next day, I was like, I outlined the idea. I'm ready. It was just so funny. And then now here we are a year later, and we have a finished book. Dude, I can't wait. It's going to be about 15 to 30 days before we get our test prints back, and I'm excited, dude. What should we do? What should we do with like our like gender reveal, like our like what should we do with our? We have to open the box. Yeah.
It's going to be tough for you to do this because we would have to get together the day it happens, and obviously we're not going to know the exact day, so the planning is going to be tough.
Right.
But Sean had a good suggestion with us like filming like a reaction video to us opening it and stuff, which is a really good idea, but it's going to take a lot of like dedication on your part.
I will tell you right now, I'm not going to lie. I have some strong will. Like, I can get stuff done. I get the podcast edited, and one day I sit down. I'm like, I'm not going to go on Twitter. I'm going to edit. I'm going to do this thing. I'm like, I have to write. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to do this thing. I have like a pretty strong willpower. When it comes to gifts of any sort, if it is in my vision, like if it's in my proximity, I'm going to tear it open like a Rottweiler. I'm going to like have it in my teeth and just shake my head back and forth until the comics come flying out like confetti. And I'm going to be like, oh, a comic book. I'm going to drool all over it. Like, there's no chance if that package makes its way to my house, I'm going to be like, Steven, you have 5 minutes to get to my house. That's it.
But Anthony, I'm all the way in Tampa for some reason in this scenario.
If I find scissors, if I can get this box open with my teeth before you're in my house, it's just too late for you and I'm stuck. But no, dude, I'm super excited. I agree though, that is a really good idea to film. My only concern with that is the two of us, I think you'll agree with this. We are very much robots when it comes to
dude, like Tina got me like New Mutants 98 and it was like the most excited I've ever been, and this was my reaction. Wow, that's awesome. And I just like,
okay, and it's so funny because we do this, and like when we have conversations, I get excited about certain things. Now, okay, I have over here, I have an original Simpsons animation cell, something I've always in my entire life wanted. I've never, like, I wanted it so bad my entire life. I wanted one of those. When it arrived, I was like, I opened it up and I just like, my face did nothing. But inside, I was doing the thing that I normally, oh my gosh, like it's a freaking amazing, you know? But like,
what is that? Is it like this? Is it like, do you think it's like something like we're like so like self-conscious about like what people look at us? Like, I don't want to show you. I don't know.
It drives me crazy. Like, I think there's like also like there's probably like layers of things, because like I think there's also like a humility in there, but there's also kind of like an okay. I'll tell you one time. Okay, here's a quick story. I was at Game Time. It's a big arcade with Atlas. So I took Atlas to Game Time. We're there. We're playing games. He goes, "Oh my gosh, Dad, a giant Yoshi." So I look over, and there's a game where there's a Yoshi that stands from my floor to here. It is like a 3.5 foot, 4 foot tall Yoshi, right? It's dangling by a string, and then there's just a little scissor, right? So you have to hold down a button, and the scissor moves as you hold the button. As soon as you let go, it stops and snips, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, Bud, it's going to be really hard to win those. Like, you have to hit it over and over. It's not just, even if I get it, it's not going to, and he's like, Dad, please. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do my best. Like, I'm going to do my best. So I sat there, I tried, I hit it, nothing happened. I missed, I hit it, nothing happened. And I was like, I don't know, Bud. And he's like, Dad, you know, and just like gave me that face of like, I really want that. And I was like, and I had my most Neo like Matrixy moment where I was like, I got this. I was just like, dude, I can't even, I was just like, I can't quantify what the belief system is here, but there was something in me that was just like, we're gonna do this, right, universe? And universe is like, yeah, don't worry, like I got you on this one. Like I know, like you, as long as you're paying attention, this is it. We got this. And like there was just something, and like I felt it, and I looked at him, and I was like, all right, buddy, one more time. And I did it, and I watched the thing, and I stopped it, and it opened, and I just like nothing. I looked at him, and, like, dude, I looked at him, and like he was like, oh my gosh, and I was like, we did it. I was like, we tried, and we did it. And I was just like, and I did like a humility, like just kind of like, thank you to like everything in the universe. I was just like, I don't know what happened there. I felt it. I knew it was about to happen, but I felt weird saying that. I wasn't like, hey guys, guess what? The universe is about to like have my back. Because I don't know. I'm not gonna try to like quantify it scientifically. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm pretty sure I just heard a message. I didn't hear anything, like, but I knew it. I literally felt it.
You felt the energy was there.
The energy was there. So anyway, but like, so I won this freaking amazing thing that we still play with all the time. It's just like this giant Yoshi that it's like, what do we do with this? We play like Floor is Lava, and he's one of like the giant pillars that we can stand on, But dude, it was just amazing. But my face was, I was just stoic as hell. And the person I was with the person I was dating at the time was like, how are you not more amazed? And I was like,
dude, Captain Holt just makes more and more sense. Like as I get older, like just like I'm excited. Like this is like,
I've never been more excited. This is, but yeah, dude. So but I am excited. I'm just a little worried about taking a video of us like not responding to something that we're both freaking out about inside. So like, I mean, we can do it.
Also because we're just not good at faking. That's the thing. Like anything on this podcast you see is just like a genuine reaction. We're not like hamming anything up. This is how Anthony and I would talk in our living room. Like it's legit, just like this. I mean, like it really is.
It's so funny because like I think about that and like the spectrum of like of this like human like emotion and expression all the time, because like I really do have like that weird like spectrum of like I will for most of my life be pretty stoic and I'll just be like kind of internalizing things, and I'm not really like an extrovert like traditionally, but like when I talk about certain things I get really excited, and like when I tell stories I get really excited. So I like to write, I like to communicate with people, so it's like when I do this, and like I've always been this way with you. Like I said, also I'll be like, dude, you'll never guess what happened. And I sit down just like this, and I just do this, and I just start talking, and then like you guys do the same thing to me.
All the hands, and everyone throwing hands in the living room.
Can't help it. But equally, I have that side of me where I'm just like, so I won $50 today. And I was like, it's amazing. It's like changed my day. It made everything great. But for some reason, it's just like like those things, certain things just don't click the same way or don't elicit, that response from me.
I completely get it, dude. And I really can't explain it because I do get genuinely excited for certain things. But
yeah,
even though gifts are like, I guess when people speak of love languages, I would think that gifts are one of mine, but like Tina says, I hate buying you gifts because your reaction is just not rewarding whatsoever. Like you're just a lame gift receiver. I'm like, I know I'm a lame gift receiver, and I try so hard.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know where that comes from exactly, especially the gift thing. The gift thing's really interesting because did you ever receive gifts as a kid and you were told like show your appreciation or like say thank you, like seem more excited, but you weren't excited, and you were kind of forced in those moments, like because it's not that you don't appreciate that someone's giving you something, it's that you don't really like the thing that they're giving you. So what are you supposed to do? Dude,
I got the perfect. Well, no, it's not a perfect story. It's a really sad story. Like I look because she's dead now. But my grandma Todd on my dad's side. When Hercules came out.
Okay.
I'm a kid. I don't know how rules work with movie theaters and everything. I just want Hercules. I want to watch it. And well, we all know that when a movie comes out, there's always like some production studio that makes something off on the side to try to sell the name while it's happening, right?
The transmogrifiers and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. But this one wasn't horrible because it had Kevin Sorbo's voice. And
the Revengers.
Yeah. But it was Kevin Sorbo and Lucy Lawless, and it was like a Hercules and Xena adventure movie. Me now would be super appreciative of it. But anyways, I'm like, she was like, got you the Hercules movie. And I was like, so excited. And then she hands it to me. And I'm just like,
It's the wrong freaking movie, Grandma.
You fell to the ploy of capitalism, Grandma. They got you. It's only in theaters. You're an adult. You should know this. I don't know this.
I often dreamed to get the right movie. But my
I was waiting.
Grandma bought this one for me.
And then, like, midway through, you just started complaining about Universal and all the. I was kidding.
For those of you who don't know, so like there's the thing Cameo where you can like talk to celebrities. You pay them whatever fee that they want. You can ask them questions or like get them to wish you happy birthday or whatever it is. At one point, as a gift, I bought someone it was like there was an inside joke that I had with someone I was dating at the time where we were saying that that it would be great to play Dungeons and Dragons or something with Kevin Sorbo, just like playfully, like she was like every time I'd ask her like who would you want to play Dungeons and Dragons with, or who would you want to like be on a superhero team with, or who would you want, it was always Kevin Sorbo. So I was like, okay, it'll be a really funny gift, like a like a 1 month 2 month anniversary gift or whatever it was, or it's just like I'm gonna get Kevin Sorbo and like from that website and I'm gonna ask him these questions. So I asked him, like, what would you do if you were invisible? And Kevin Sorbo got super cynical. He was just like, oh, I'd go into their offices at Universal because I know I had they owe me money. And I was like, I can't believe you're doing this right now, Kevin Sorbo. You're holding the phone. You're not forgetting that you're being filmed. You're literally doing this intentionally. I paid for this. And you're just like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take your money and complain that I don't have more. I was like, what are you doing? This is like the least
Kevin, you're invisible. You don't need to get revenge. You can just
this is the least
you just get money other ways.
What are you doing? Jeez.
It's because Eolus wasn't there. Eolus wasn't there to like keep him on track. Okay, we need his little blonde friend.
Oh, that's amazing. Speaking of grandparents' gifts and stuff, you ever get like birthday cards when you were a kid, like in the mail? Not like someone hands it to you. We get it in the mail. You ever get the birthday cards? Okay, I'll tell you what my grandparents, on my mom's side, my grandparents, every year, they'd send me birthday cards. And at first, I remember as a kid, it was like cute card, something I liked, like, Power Rangers or whatever it may be. And it was like, happy birthday, Anthony. Love Grandma and Grandpa. And I'd open it up and there'd be like $5 inside or something. I'd be like, yeah! Like do my little like 5-year-old like little dance and stuff. As I got older, though, right? And not even much older. It was like, I remember most of, like, my life when they would send cards. It was a card, just a birthday card. And it, like, a general, like just generic, like, picked random one. It's, like, 2 people fishing. And it's just like, happy birthday, like, hope you catch a big one today. I'm just like, I don't.
To my favorite grandson who hates comics.
Yeah, like, okay. And not only that, it was the most generic card. And then it was just like, Grandma. And they wouldn't even write my name on it or write anything or write happy birthday. It was just like, Grandma, Grandpa. And it was like, so it would be like, I hope you catch a big fish, Grandma, Grandpa. Like,
this means nothing to me.
Nothing to me. It was like, so it was funny because it was like, yeah, like as I got older, I was just like more and more just like, okay, what's this one gonna be? Like, I wish they got funny with it. I wish they were giving me like Kwanzaa cards and like Hanukkah cards and Christmas cards, and like I wish they would just give me like it's a boy, like whatever. I wish they would just give me random stuff and just but it was just so weird, dude. But it occurred to me, I was like, after they passed, they died, and I was just like, now I get no birthday cards.
I just get nothing in the mail, and you know what? Grandma and Grandpa with a fishing card sounds pretty damn good, okay?
Yeah. But I was like, I can't blame anyone. I can't like blame the universe for not sending me cards because Steven, I've never sent anything in the mail, and I'm panicking about this Kickstarter situation.
I'm just Tina's gonna figure it out. That's what's gonna happen.
Steven, okay, so I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, I know we're gonna get it done. They're gonna send stuff to us. We're gonna package it and then give it to Tina, and she's gonna fold it just like the laundry and send it away. That's what's gonna happen. But I was thinking about that. Dude, I was thinking about that. And I was thinking about the fact that like birds have delivered more mail than I have. Like people still use homing pigeons. Like there are still homing pigeons. Okay, so I was thinking about that, and I was joking to myself, like birds are more effective than I am at mailing anything. So I was like, getting a message across to people. So I was like, dude, I didn't know how homing pigeons worked, Steven. Now, in my brain, in my head, I never thought of it. Okay, like I'm gonna put that out there. I've never even thought of it for 1 second. I just know homing pigeon, like messenger pigeon, which I guess are two completely different things and look completely different, like different species, because there are like a lot of species of pigeon. But dude, I always imagined. Just a couple of days ago, as an adult human being, I was like, how can you be like, dear David, run, they're coming for you. Here, bird, find David. And I'm like,
he's like, I know exactly where David is.
I'm gonna find David. Like, it would have been nice to get a description of David, like hair color, eye color, like what's his favorite movie? Maybe he's in the movie theater. I don't know what he's doing. What does David like croquet? You know, like I don't know what to do on a bird. You know,
this bird's got to do reconnaissance. Like he has to figure out his like work schedule.
So like, are all the messenger pigeons just talking to each other? Like, yo, have you seen a David? Like, I have not seen a David. I've seen a Gabriel. Are you looking for a Gabriel? It's just like, I don't know.
Gabriel sometimes works at this like fast food place. You can probably check there for David. Or
I hear that there's a Wendy's where Gabriel works. And Wendy's dad, I'm pretty sure was named Dave. I'm not.
I'm just saying.
Just throwing that out there. It's just bird logic. But dude, so I looked it up. So I was like, I need to understand how these birds were finding people. I couldn't find David. Like if you were like, here's a note for David. Unless you drew a picture of him and gave me his exact address, I would not find this man.
And then prior to smartphones, the address would be nothing too. Like we would just be like, what do you want me to do with these numbers and names, sir?
These numbers and names? I need MapQuest immediately, and I need to print out all 17 pages of this thing. And then even after I print it out, I need the right little arrows, because I'm not going to have time while I'm running and driving to read the rights and lefts.
And if there's a detour, I mean, you just made the Tina sound like, like, what are you going to do now? You don't have the alternative routes printed out. There's no Wi-Fi.
So the weirdest thing. Okay, so I look it up. I'm like, okay, how do homing pigeons work, right? So I was like, so what they did is they would give the pigeon a home, a literal, like, they'd be like, this is your nest, this is where you live all the time. They make it beautiful. They're like, this is where you're happy to be here. And then they take it and they're like, you don't get to be in your home anymore. And they bring it somewhere else. And then they put a message and they tie it to its leg and they're like, I know where you want to go. And he's like, yeah, my home, the only place I know, the place I feel like I'm loved for the only time in my life, and I'm only going to live for the short amount of time. I want to go back to that place. And they're like, yeah, bird. And they throw him off. And he's like, I bet David's there, you know? And like, so he flies. And David is just sitting in his home, like hanging out with his wife and like kids or whatever. And just like, these are your bird family. And I'm here with them. Like, if you want them back, you give me that message. It's like, you know, even exchange. So they like switch briefcases. So the bird thinks like, I'm home, and then they bag the bird and they bring him somewhere else and they do the same thing again. And I was like, this is evil mail. Like, it's a good thing we decided to not really do this anymore.
We just changed our minds, and like that just isn't what we're gonna do anymore to the poor pigeons.
Dude, but so I was reading it and I was just like, I'm pretty much a homing pigeon. Like, I, as a human person, if you were like, if you were to put a note in my pocket and let me leave work, if you were like, all right, Anthony, you can go home. I'm going to end up home in like less than 20 minutes, no matter where I am. I'm just like, I don't want to be here. I'm out. You know,
I'm beeline,
dude.
A P-line. Pigeon line. Pigeon line right to the home base.
Okay, Steven, you're onto something, because why is it a beeline? Like I'm sure there's a reason for the beeline, but bees are erratic. Bees are all over the place. Bees fly in like not very good pattern. Like, it's all over the place. They're buzzing, they're dancing, they're communicating in ways that we can't even I can't fathom. Pigeons straight home, baby. Should be a P-line.
Boom, a pea line.
Not to mention, when we pee, it's a stream. It goes like directly.
It's a stream.
Like,
I feel like we can double it. Yeah,
I feel like
it's just so much more.
It makes so much more sense. Everyone from now on, you say pea line, right?
And pea line is the new thing for us too. So anytime we somehow mention the inferior B line,
So we're going to work on this next book. Like we're gonna make a P line for the music is what we're gonna do.
Wait, you guys are gonna get in a line like at a bar and you're waiting to go to the bathroom? No. Homing pigeon P line, buddy. Straight stream P line, okay? This is my special bush P line, okay?
My special bush. So that's like pretty much that's all I've been like this week. How'd you do this week, by the way? Like you wanted to give me all the pages you finished. Yep. Was there anything else that you wanted to work on?
No, I got the title page, both, all the covers.
Yeah,
dude. Fixed all the purples except for the glow effect, which makes it that page. I think you were up to 92%. Is your work basically on that one page, on the title page?
Just so everyone knows, I've drawn this book, lettered this book, written this book. I'm pretty sure I can just, at this point, Steven's just the eye candy on the podcast is what happened.
I'm not even confident that I'm not in a mental institution right now and I'm just drawing things on a piece of paper and he's coming by weekly and just having these podcast meetings with me and he's really making this comic all by himself. I'm not positive. But so I finished all those pages and then I basically spent a lot of this weekend just drawing like Spider-Man characters. So I'm going to like put them all together into like this one big Spidey piece. And
so do you want to show us any of the work now with like?
Yeah, I mean, because like I've drawn, I guess I've done Mysterio, Green Goblin, and Spider-Man and Sandman. I forgot I didn't do Sandman. But yeah, so that's what I have so far. And then I think I'm going to add, I'm going Sinister Six, but I think I'm going to do Doc Ock. I think he needs to be included for sure.
I feel like I need to be on the drawing, Steven. I imagine that I'm Spider-Man is the thing. Like I'm like, as you're drawing it, I'm like, it's not enough me. I know you miss drawing me, Steven. I know it.
I should just literally draw you in the background with like the record player and like the horn just coming out after Spider-Man.
Dude, you know what you should draw just for like an advertisement in the future, not part of this, because like this is I really like what you're working on right now. It's really cool. But just like for like a fun advertisement, you should draw that classic picture of Spider-Man like holding someone. And he should be me holding the record player. Or it's him holding you and you're holding the record player and I'm dangling from the record player.
Oh dude, yeah, we definitely need to do like a parody cover of that. I'll actually start working on that next.
That would be cool. But like no dude, like the thing you're working on is really cool. Like I mean, and it's people seem to love it, which thankfully, like I hate when
I even started posting on Instagram with it, getting some likes there. So
yeah, dude, for sure. It's important. It's I hate it, but it's important. I think you'd probably get a lot more luck on TikTok these days too if you started doing like the
and actually I was watching my iPad and I can screen record right from Procreate. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I could do that. So I might look into doing that too. But yeah, I need to get more artwork out there. You know what I'm saying? I just need to put it out there so that way people are following me for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what I do. I'm funny, but I also draw. So I play music. This is who I need to create my own little Twitter space, basically. So that's what I'm trying to basically do right now.
Yeah, it's so important. Like I mean, it's definitely it's working. I don't know. I like it, and it also creates like the Venn diagrams of worlds between us, where it's like it expands our social circles, and so we get we reach more people with the podcast, we have more people to connect with we can bring onto the podcast, which is also neat, So that's
absolutely.
But yeah, so that's always cool. I finished putting everything together. I had to save all the files as like a particular file type and everything, and I uploaded
TIFF, right?
The TIFF, yeah. Yeah, TIFF, which is weird because like that's something I've never heard of or used otherwise. Like aside from I've done it with my previous comics that I made, but like I've never used that file format. I don't know what it's for. I don't know much about it, but I know that it's the right thing to do for the printer. So like that's what we're doing. I got that all compiled and everything. I sent it off. I got the invoice back. I paid for it. So I'm just like. Now I'm just waiting for them to send me a message saying, you messed up, you suck. Which like, you won't, but like, that's what's in my head. I'm just like, come on. But like,
that's the anxiety until we see it. Yeah, that's basically what it's going to feel like.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited for it. I just want to I want to have that book. I ordered 12 of them. So I figured, I don't know, like we'll spitball some ideas about like how to hand out some of them, like how to, give them away for like as gifts and stuff. I mean, we should both obviously keep a few of the early prints just to, for us. But I think it'd be kind of cool to like put like code words in our podcast or something and be like, if you can like, tell us the code word or send it here or do this, whatever, we'll send you a book or what, so. Or
that way Paige can get all 10 copies. It'd be a toss up between Sean's pretty dedicated weekly.
Oh
too.
yeah.
It would be a pretty good toss up between those two.
So we're at the very we finished the book. So what's your plan now? What are we gonna work on? What are we making a P line toward?
We are straight P lining all the way to working on the songs. So I think this week, if you want to send me like a solid rough with just like maybe like a chord diagram of the Atlas song, I can start working on the tracking and of that.
My plan this week is I'm going to write. I have my lyrics book and everything, but I'm going to type up all the lyrics and create like chord like outlines for basically tabs. I'm going to create tabs for that. You know, so I like you know exactly what I'm playing and I know exactly what I'm playing on keys. And then the next week I'll like actually I already have most of the what do you call it? The like real quick demos that I either have sent to you or I can send you again. But I have 2 more songs to write, and the last song is just like a reprise. It's like, you know, bringing the lullaby back, but like in an now it's time to get up and move on type of way instead of like go to sleep, you know, waking up. So like that'll be pretty easy because it's mostly going to be the same song but a little bit more energy, probably more of the you know the drums coming in. But yeah, dude, so I think it's going to be pretty easy. This week I'm just going to focus on getting all of the lyrics typed up with all of the chords type, you know, and then I'll send you that stuff, and that should be my week. I'm probably going to try to be a little more ambitious because Atlas is going this week, so I'll have all of Thursday and then most of Friday to just do whatever. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what you're going to do. We'll never grow old, we'll never die, but we must feed. So now you know what, I don't know why like that's how the tone came out. Like now you know what we are, now you know what we are. So anyway.
And you gotta feed.
we gotta we're both gonna be vampires. But thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching. It's been an incredible year and we're just so happy that you're still here with us. We're pretty happy with the way that everything's been going, and it, you know, it'd be amazing if our subscriber numbers would jump up to like 8 million or so. So if you know anyone who hasn't subscribed to our podcast yet, just threaten them with death. Like we need you to shake it up a little bit. We need you to take like a bat and take out their knee, like Nancy Kerrigan style, or what? Like we need you to hit the street,
bash the shit out of them.
We need you to take a hammer like Otis saw it, like old boy, and just go down to you need to be Daredevil, like down that one corridor where it's just getting beat up, but also doing business. You know, like he's just taking people out. We need you to do that for us, but with subscribers. So like, just go like hit the streets, hit the feet and the faces and the people. Do whatever you can.
Make a P line.
Make a P line for their just like hit that. We need you to beat people up and take their phone and hit subscribe for us. For them, and then like say you're welcome and walk away because they're gonna be part of our colony and they're gonna be happy about it. No, I'm kidding, but like we
love this.
We really do appreciate all of you who are here for us and support us and everything. It is really hard to get people to hit to subscribe to things like this. You know, like it's just we're 2 guys just trying to make comics and like talking about nonsense. But you know, hopefully people enjoy it. We know some of you do, and we're really thankful for you, and we want you all to know that. But thank you for joining us again. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Stevie Wildcard.
And this has been episode 52 of We Have Issues. We'll see you next week. Thank you. Oh, gosh. I'm like at the tail end of this freaking like...
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, dude. That Saharan dust is no joke. Like,
no,
I like it's actually helped me get over my anxiety because
when
I start to feel that anxious feeling in my chest, it's because I'm not getting it's the Saharan dust. Almost anytime that's happening, I look up and it's like, oh yeah, Saharan dust wave over Florida, and I'm like, oh well, there it is.
And then you can tie it. You associate the anxiety to something, dude. I think that's so important, and like because it's good to know when you have those actual physical triggers to a thing. You know, like if there is something behind it, it's good to know. Like I don't know, like a lot of people don't like to talk about, you know, the reason you might have a particular, you know, reaction, but I am the same way. Like if I notice something, like, dude, sometimes I'll have like a breathing issue and I'm like, oh, what's going on? And then I'll think about it and I'll be like, oh, I just ate a lot of pasta. like I
dude, After being 30 years old, it's almost always indigestion. I've learned. If you can't breathe, it's because of indigestion.
Yeah, dude.
Your diaphragm is plugged up.
Yeah, I realized, like, first of all, like, I'm an Italian person. I've eaten red sauce like my whole life, just constantly. Like, I like a lot of pasta, and so when I eat pasta, I don't think about it. Now that I'm older than 30, so I'm just like, oh, red sauce hits different, like I'm just like
it sure does.
It gives me like something about like the acidity or whatever in the red sauce. It like makes me feel bloated and gross, and like I can't breathe. And it's
the 1-2 punch with Italian food too, because I can eat tomatoes and tomato sauce, but it's when you combine it with the stomach filling carbs of pasta or pizza dough.
Yeah, dude.
It causes that tomato sauce to come right where it doesn't belong.
Exactly.
and then you have a hard time breathing.
It's true. And then like, but when I notice that, I feel a little better because I'm like, oh, that's what it is. At least like I can associate this thing. And like sometimes like that stuff will happen. I'm like, I don't know why this is happening. And like that's fine too. I can work through it as best I can. But it's so much easier to get over those humps when you can point to something. So like it just feels nice to like find your ground. Like ground yourself a little bit and be like, oh, it's the dust in the air. It's the my allergy. So it's whatever.
I'll never forget the first time I felt like a pain right here or here, and it's just muscle pain. And in fact, almost always when your chest pain, when there hurts there, it's because of your shoulder muscle. There's like it's tethered around, and like dude, that took me forever to realize that. I mean, Josh and I would both just be like panicking, like, dude, we're big guys, bro. This is it. This is 26, but this is it. This is the massive one. This is the one that ends it all. Like,
I'm coming, Elizabeth. Yeah. Oh, dude. That's crazy. So. Getting old is so interesting, dude.
It is.
It's
how do you like the boom? Like, say what you want about the boomers, and I have plenty to say that's negative, but man, like none of them had any issues with all these things. They were just like, rod, like it's such a crude term.
It is a crude term. Okay,
that's why I paused. I paused.
I think it's like I don't know. We're talking about this. We shouldn't talk about. But like, dude, isn't it so funny when like sexual or like pornographic terms find their way into like normal conversation? Like I remember, dude. I remember one time I was at work with a coworker. Thankfully, a coworker I'm super familiar with, like who's actually my friend and everything. It was like years ago. I was much younger at the time, but like when it happened, I was like. Yeah, these people just circle jerking, and like I said it, and like it did. I was like in my head, I'm just like, that's just like a term. It's just like a colloquial. It's a thing that we say. It's just slang. It's a thing that we all know what it means. But like, I didn't associate it with like actual
a literal circular jerkitude of men, basically.
Just the human jerkipede. Like I did not, dude. I did not recognize it. Like, but I said it, but like to my credit and theirs, like it was just they were like, yeah, oh my gosh, I know people just blah blah blah, and like we just kept talking. And then, like, it occurred to me after the fact that I was like, oh my gosh, I'm glad I didn't accidentally say something like that in front of someone who, like, I'm not that close to, who wouldn't have had that relationship with me. I was like, crap. Like, I had that.
Man.
Like, obviously, I'm way more aware and careful now, but, like, it was just, it's so funny to think about those weird terms, or it's just like, like,
that just somehow made it, like somehow became words that just get used in that kind of conversation. It's because it's just how it is. I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, we all live in the "that's what she said," like we're all like a post "that's what she said" world. Like we're all phrasing. Like we're not stupid when it comes to like sexual innuendo and like euphemisms and stuff. But it's just so funny that like it's so popular. Like, we all say these random like sexual things all the time and don't. But anyway,
people just accept it.
But
yeah. I feel like, I mean, granted, I think they drank away their problems, but like, I never heard Grandpa complaining about his chest anxiety. Like,
he locked it in here
and never bring it up again.
Time. he was like, listen, kids, you want to know how I deal with my problems? I take it out on you. And I was like, please don't. Please. No. It's crazy.
My crazy grandpa dad used to ask me if I wanted a whoop-a-no or a spank.
Yep.
No. Well, they sound like the same thing, Grandpa. Like,
they sound like the same thing. Grandpa. But I think that's the answer. I think the answer is they dealt with it in a way worse way than we do. Like they
just projected it.
Like, yeah, like real bad.
I'm gonna put this fear on your face. Oh my god.
And just, I think that's what happened. I was just like, all that energy, instead of being like nervous energy that they were like, I have to work through this, I'm gonna deal with my problems. They were like, you're gonna deal with my problems, and that's your fault. Like that's on you. And then of course the worst thing is they're like, I'm gonna deal with it. Like you're gonna deal with my problems, and you're also gonna have to lock it up and give it to someone else later. It's a generational thing. They're gonna have to deal with it.
I'm basically punching your great grandchild right now. Is what I'm doing. It's just
you want to know what you're gonna get in my will? This. What did Grandpa leave me? A left hook.
A left hook.
A left hook and a lot of regret. There's a lot of.
I just never know how we get here, man. We just get like I'm trying to think what like started. I don't remember.
We were talking about anxiety, and then how you were saying that boomers didn't really deal with it the same way.
Yeah. Okay. But even like the anxiety conversation, I mean, like I'll just like it's just so funny.
But all right, dude.
Wow, that's awesome.